Hey, how are you? I'm Sliceville Otaku, and I just got finished uploading my Star Versus review for the episode Heinous, and before I could even breathe, a bunch of you asked me to dissect the latest promo, the promo for the Season 2 finale. Now, it's only like 30 seconds long, but is packed to the brim with a ton of interesting little tidbits, so we'll be investigating each and every little frame. So I'm gonna let it play first, and then we can get to slicing and dicing.
On the season finale.
Everything just got all super weird with Star.
A little weird.
Where's your partner in crime?
Turns dangerous.
Ew.
And two
Star. Jackie.
Oscar?
worlds
Hello, Moon.
collide.
You don't leave right now. Maybe I'll leave for good.
The Star versus the Forces of Evil season finale 1-hour event. Brand new next Monday anywhere you watch Disney XD.
Glossaric.
And right off the bat, we have some Jarko action, this intimate stare between Marco and Jackie. He's holding her, she's smiling, he's smiling, it's a good vibe. But then, Star comes through with her, I guess, it looks like she's forcing her vibe, she's forcing herself in the middle, the third wheel here. And the reason why I feel as though she's forcing herself in the middle is for a couple of reasons. One, she is not making direct eye contact with either one of them. She is looking, I guess, kind of towards us as the viewer, but a little bit off. And her hands are extended, her gaping smile, and a leg is kicked up, like she is just forcing it on some cheerleader stuff. And then next we have one of the most awkward things ever. If any of you have had experiences like this, then you know. The shake bump, where one person goes to shake hands, the other person goes to fist bump. It is awkward, it is weird, and you can tell that these two they're feeling weird around each other. Marco even says that things have been weird around Star lately, and the two of them jet away in opposite directions. This is very different from how they typically act. And we already know the reason for this. It's because of Marco and Jackie's relationship and Star's unsettled feelings towards him. So yeah, then we have Marco in a sense venting to Jackie about Star, saying that things have been weird. And you can tell that this is grueling for Marco. He is peeling his face. He is just not liking this one bit because Star is his best friend and he doesn't want it to be weird with his best friend. And really, it's a bit cliche to have the male attraction be so oblivious. I hope that he is not oblivious. I hope that he understands that, you know, Star likes him in some regard. And remember, the setting seems to be like a party at Marco's house. And then in the next scene, we have some real Jarko action. Jackie kisses Marco on the cheek and he is, you know, he's feeling it, he's happy. They're holding hands at the same time in the backyard. They snuck away from the whole festivities and just doing their thing. In the next scene, Marco's dad asks him where his partner in crime is gone, and presumably his partner in crime would be Star. And Marco is really bummed out. He is sad. He has a frown on, which is a stark contrast from his expression when he was with Jackie. So I feel like Jackie has left at this point. For what reason? I don't know. She might be upset. She may have just had to leave. But for Star to leave as well, I mean, there's a possibility that she saw Marco and Jackie. And from that, the question for me arises, did she use dark magic again to see them? Or maybe there was a confrontation between the two of them. It seems like there is a part later on in this little clip, and I'll bring it back up once we get to that. Next, we see Star using her powers while smiling, and you know, everybody else is watching. There's a crowd around her and they're looking up to the sky as she uses her powers. And as for the setting, I don't know where this is. I don't believe that this is at the Diaz's party. And you can tell by the crowd that these are quote unquote like the cool kids, the, you know, different kids who are into this kind of scene, and Star, Ponyhead, and Jana went there, something like that, something along those lines. She went away from the party to get away with her friends and take her mind off it. That's what I'm thinking. But with her powers, she summons these cats, and she doesn't summon them with dark magic. She summons them with her typical magic, but they end up scratching a guy, like on his face, getting on his face and hurting him. And I feel like that is a representation of instability. Without it getting into dark magic, she's just screwing up because she's not focused. She's not all there right now. She's putting on a fake smile, I'd assume, and trying to take her mind off of what's happening. And speaking of what's happening, the High Commission, the magical High Commission is stacked. They run up on Ludo's little lair. They found it real quick and bust down the door. Omni uses his head as a fist. His head molts into a fist and then back into his little skull thing, which is just dope. It's so cool to have Omni in the flesh, I guess, if that's flesh. I don't know, in the presence, I suppose. And also my girl Hekapu ran up in there with dimensional scissors repurposed into a dagger. And I think it's really cool that dimensional scissors can double as weapons, as we've seen with Rastakor and his chainsaw dimensional scissors. And now that Marco is a swordsman, imagine him having scissors for a sword. That'd be crazy, like some Kill la Kill stuff. And also, Queen Moon has her prime attire. She came for the business. She was here to fight. The same attire that she had when she fought Toffee all those years ago. This is dope. This is gonna be crazy. We flash to another day and Star seems to be upset with Marco. He's trying to be nice, he's smiling with her, and she is pissed. And she also seems to be in some sort of vacation attire. She has sunglasses, a sun hat, and a nice bag. Maybe she was out for the day or something like that because the sun looks to be going down. I don't know. And then we have a quick flash of characters saying each other's names. And first we have Star saying Marco's name in her room. And I don't think that she's regarding Marco with this. I don't think she's talking to Marco directly. I think she's talking to other people, and there is some evidence to back this up. When mastering this episode, the crew behind it took a group picture together, and behind them was a screenshot of Star being really sad and being comforted by her friends. So I think that this is her talking to them in that instance. Then we have Marco talking to Jackie with some slight hesitation, and this seems to be prior to him venting to her, which we talked about earlier, because he has the nachos in his hand and she had the nachos in her hand previously, and I feel like he's opening up from there. Then Star is saying Oscar's name, and Oscar is looking at her with them dreamy eyes, like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I wonder what she did now for him to feel that way after she was the one with googly eyes for him. But it doesn't seem like she really is falling for him anymore. She doesn't really care. She's on to Marco. She has feelings about Marco right now. I feel like the Oscar thing was just very superficial, and I would say they might pull the cliche where, ooh, I'm gonna use him to make the other person jealous, but I don't think they'll have enough time in this episode. I think they're gonna be focusing a lot more on more important things. I feel like this is just gonna be solidification that Star doesn't really give a damn about Oscar anymore. Then we have a dramatic turn from Hekapu, and Romulus has a rat in his hand encased, and it seems like he's trying to intimidate and interrogate this rat, which we've seen attempted in this show before with Buff Frog. You see, I said buff this time. I like to say but you guys like to correct me, so I mean, I don't think that he's gonna get much out of this rat. One, because the rat won't speak his language, and two, well, then again, he did speak to that goat guy, so maybe. But still, he's an idiot. The rat doesn't know much. He then drops the rat, and we have a scene where the ground opens up with just green aura, green light permitting from the ground up. And you know what green means? That's the bad stuff. That's that dark magic, baby. And we hear Toffee. He says, "Hello, Moon." It's Queen Moon. Oh my gosh. And her eyes widen. She did not expect to see Toffee. I feel as though they came stacked for Ludo alone. They were like, okay, we need to get Glossaric back. And how the entire High Commission knows at this point, besides Romulus and Queen Moon, well, I feel like Romulus spilled the beans by being a little doofus as always. And now they're like, wait, whoa, we have to do something. So they go to take the book back, but they did not expect my boy Toffee to come through. And then the next part is very weird to me. Star says, if you don't leave right now, then maybe I'll leave for good. Like, what does she mean? Where does she want him to leave to? He's in his house. I don't understand. And if she's saying leave for good, that means she's already left. Maybe she came back from hanging with Jana and Ponyhead and is now confronted by Marco and is just going south. Then we cut to a Muni scene where Star is getting done speaking to someone behind her and gets on her little cloud and floats away. And she is dressed up in full princess attire, so what's going on there? And this whole thing ends off with Ludo, and he is encased in crystal from the waist down, and he says, "Glossaric?" in a very worried tone. And like I said in my review for the episode The Hard Way, Glossaric is essentially Ludo's daddy now. And so Ludo does care for Glossaric at this point. And they don't show Glossaric at all in this promo. Two things that come to mind are, one, Glossaric has changed sides once more, and this is hurtful to Ludo. He sees that Glossaric is potentially with, I'd say, Toffee, and it's just like, what's going on? Or Glossaric has like some crazy different form or something, or Glossaric unleashed some crazy stuff like that. I don't know, Glossaric says something that makes him feel hurt, betrayed, something like that, something along those lines, and he just doesn't understand. Which is just how Star felt, so maybe they'll be able to connect a little better. But yeah guys, that's the promo. We took a 30-second little promo and stretched it out to this, so isn't that incredible? Let me know your thoughts on the promo and this video in the comments, and be sure to share this video with anyone who is hyped for Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.